الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, inshallah we continue with the prohibitions of ihram. As I said, it is forbidden to cut or shave or trim any hair from the body or the head. Similarly, the nails fall in the same category, and it is forbidden to remove any of the nails from the feet or the hands. In both of these cases, if something falls off without a person's deliberation, then he's not responsible for it, though a person should be careful in that. If you have to wash your head, for example, and rub your head and some hair fall off, there's no problem with that. If a nail breaks and is hanging and you have to remove that, then there is no problem in removing that, but only that should be removed, no more than that. The fourth is that you are not permitted to apply any perfume, and we have already been through this, that applying the perfume before you enter the state of ihram, no problem. But once you have entered the state of ihram, then applying perfume is not permissible, to the extent that it is not permissible to use anything that is perfumed, such as soap or food which is perfumed. Food, for example, that has za'afran in it, then that's not permissible because that is considered as perfume. But something like mint or something similar, this is not perfume, and it's not no problem with that. Fifth is that no hunting, no killing of game is permitted. Not only that, but to help in that or to point towards the game, none of this is permissible. The fifth is to enter a marriage contract. This is forbidden in the state of ihram. Not only that a person is not allowed to do that, rather he is also not allowed to perform the nikah for someone or propose for marriage. All of this. لا ينكح المحرم ولا ينكح ولا يخطب. That it's not permissible for a muhrim to do the nikah for his own or for someone else, or to propose. And the seventh is that the one who is in the state of ihram, whether a man or a woman, is not permitted to wear gloves. This is for both men and women. So these are the seven prohibitions which are common to both men and women. There's no difference in these. Those issues which are, those restrictions which apply to men only, are mainly concerned with the type of libas they would wear. And this is because Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, he said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked that what should a person who entered the state of ihram wear, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't say that what he should wear, rather he said what he should not wear. So when the man asked, Ya Rasulullah, what a muhrim should wear, the Prophet ﷺ said that he should not wear such and such and such and such. And then he mentioned in that the shirt and the turban, sarawilat, meaning the trousers, cloaks, baranis, wal khifaf, and the socks. The scholars, they said that this indicates that a muhrim is not permitted to wear something which is sewn in the shape of the body. Al-mukhitu fi shay'in min badani. Okay, this is what is not permissible. It is nothing to do with the stitching or sewing. This is a common mistake which people make. They think that anything that has a sewing, so if it's a sandal or a shoes or a bag, for example. Somebody asked me about a bag. Can he carry a bag? I said, yeah, there's no, what's the problem with that? He said, because too much stitching is on it. This is a mistake, nothing to do with that. Even the rida what a man wraps around him, if gets torn and if some stitching is there or some patch is put on that, then there is no problem with that. What is not permissible is that something which is sewn in the shape of the body. So some scholars went to this the extent that they said as long it is not sewn in the shape of a limb, it's permissible. And they took this from the report that Aisha radiallahu anha allowed her servant to wear a vest. So they said that because the limb is not there. So something which is in the shape of the limb is not permissible. But this is a rare view. Rather, anything that is sewn in the shape of the or made in the shape of the body or body part, then it's not permissible and it should be avoided. So that's the reason. Because of this prohibition, they have to wear not normal clothes, rather those two sheets. In addition to that, the men are also not allowed to cover their head with a cap or a hat or something like that, though this is again misunderstood, and some people went in exaggeration in this to the extent that they would say that you shouldn't sit in a car which has the roof or the bus, rather everything should have open roof and should not use umbrella. This is all statements of ignorance and has no basis. Rather, this is not covering the head. What is not permissible is to use something which is in the shape of the head and to cover it, like a hat or a cap. But same people who would say they have to sit in a car without roof would stay in the hotel which has, they cannot avoid the roof. So to have something shading over the head, there is no problem with that. And the same will apply that if a person has to carry something and he puts that on his head and carries, then that's not forbidden. That's no problem with that. So those are the two main restrictions. And as I said, that because of that, the men have a specific libasul ihram, a specific ihram garment, which people often mistakenly called al-ihram itself, and that's not ihram, rather that's the libas of the garment of the ihram in the state of ihram, for specific to men, not for women. Or we sometimes call it rida and izar, which you would see on the screen, or you can simply call them two sheets or towels. They're usually